Good evening guys and girls, how are we all doing today? We've got another video coming out now. This is coming up on the Halloween special in October for the World of Tanks console. And it's not just basically your Monster Hunt Earn Ops or anything like that. We've got some special news. We're getting some Swedish Tanks. Starting from the very top, we've got the Stark S1. The TD is a tier 8. I do not believe it's going to be a premium matchmaking tank, and I'll just go on to briefly touch on that as to why I believe that to be the case. And we're also getting a tier 6 medium autoloader, which looks to be like it's got an MX Chaffee turret, so we can guarantee that's going to be very good. As it is, when I'm going to look at getting one of these, it's probably going to be the tier 6. I do like my tier 8 tanks, but I can't believe or assume that it's going to be fitting the way I play for the S1. Even though the fact it does come with a tier 10 gun, which is just ridiculous, 288, 10,900 gold as a standard price, not including what would be your extras that'll be on top of your ace tank ops and things like that. I would probably say I would prefer the tier 6 as a crew trainer as well, and it's a fairly good tank, 3,700 gold, so it can probably assume on top maybe 5 or 6. Definitely something I'm going to be looking at going towards, and I'll try and bring out a video on that one, showing you how it works and how it all plays. But what we'll do is we'll carry on going down and see what's next on the op itself is new maps. The two new maps are available. Technically one of them, Pilsen, is a maze of construction equipment and factory buildings. Apparently it can block artillery shots, although I don't presume that will be the case if there's English or British artillery on the other team. But see how well it plays. I haven't had a look online to see what it actually looks like. I want to keep it a bit of a surprise, but I might pop a picture up just to show you. And there's also a 1944 variation of Redshire, a map I do actually quite like on either spawn. If I get the right tank in the right place, I tend to do quite well. Other times I can be absolutely obliterated without even knowing about it, but I'm all welcome to having a different variation of a map and see what it's like. I do like it myself. So moving on down, War Stories is getting its final iteration coming through, finally, which I'm really happy about because it means I can get 100% achievements back again on the Xbox without having to wait for what seems like an eternity. The Cuban Missile Crisis apparently is heating up in the Kennedy administration, and unfortunately the Soviets are going to invade Florida. They're not coming with an Orlando Flexi ticket where they're going to Busch Gardens or Wet n Wild, they're actually coming to invade, so we're going to stop that from happening because I want my gamer score. Now we move on to the bread and butter of the actual October update. We've got a couple of new monster tanks that are coming to the fray. I'd love to be able to pronounce it, but to be perfectly honest, I'm just going to call it the M41 90mm and the Dragon Type 62. They are what you would be going up against in the Monsters op, I do believe. If I am wrong, you can let me know. And the 4 tanks that were available last time in this Hunt op are the same ones again. I presume everything in regards to how they played is the same, so you've got your Kaiju with your fire breathing, for example, and your Crap Panther where you can just sit still. I would like to see them sort out the problem. If the Crap Panther sat still, then your auto aim shouldn't work, but if you're playing in a game and you're trying to see if the Crap Panther's a dead tank or a live tank, if it's the same, just smash the RB button, and if it locks on, it's a live tank, shoot it. The Kaiju, really slow, didn't enjoy it in normal matchmaking games, and not one you should really go for if you haven't got it. If you don't have it, the T71 Lycan, get it, because it's OPAF. But I personally will be going for the KB5, because out of that one and the Crap Panther, which are the two I don't have, I would rather play the KB5. The Crap Panther is absolutely no interest to myself. It's a nice way of putting it. It's not very good, IMO. The Monsters Awaken mode, you actually have the chance to be able to use the 2 tanks up top, the M41 90mm as well as the Type 62 as well. So you can use those along with the 4 tanks that we discussed earlier with the Kaiju, Lycan, Gorgonch and the Crap Panther as well. So you have an opportunity to see tanks. I don't believe that the Holland Hund and the Dragon will be available to actually use elsewhere, which might be annoying, but then at least you get something different to try. But at the same time, make sure you pick the tank that you want. These ones have been out for a while, so there will be other videos of how these tanks act, not just in the Halloween mode, just in normal gameplay. So I would say have a look into it. It's really quite good. The Lycan again, OP. And finally, just the Oktoberfest, so they're extending the festivities of it with some sample bundles of your favourite German medium and heavy tanks line with an opportunity to be able to progress down those lines a little bit quicker if you don't already have them. Now, judging by the fact that the Munchen is coming out, if that's the way to pronounce it, it might be time and worth to actually start going down it. I have my E75 obviously fully upgraded and unlocked for the E100, but I didn't go for it. So I would presume I can probably go down to the VK45 and stay there and hopefully go for the the Tier 9 and Tier 10. I don't fancy going and getting the mouse itself unlocked. It's not really something I've been that interested in. But the lines that I've seen that are coming down after, in the little mini munchkin I should say, do look fairly interesting, so I'm going to have a ganders at that. Alongside that, we've got all the regular emblems and the medals that are available for completing the ops are there. The Spectre I still believe is, I'm trying to think now, I think is win and survive. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, and I should know because I've got the bloody thing. But anyways, that's available. I will be putting up another video specifically about the two tanks from the World of Tanks wiki page. All the different details about them in specifics, the pros and the cons, what kind of gun, etc. and things that go with it. I would like to see this premium matchmaking, but I can't see it being that case. If it isn't, there's going to be other aspects of the fact its view range and its camera rating should be quite good, so we could find ourselves in a bush somewhere and maybe make up the fact it might be a tier 8 game and not have to fire premium. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to get ready for the Halloween special as it's coming up. Some pretty decent tanks are coming out, and as always, the T71 is OPAF, and thanks for your time today. See you all later.